Hello and welcome back to another video. This is January ScrawlrBox. I think everyone who has ordered this ScrawlrBox has been waiting quite a while, but we've received emails and regular updates, which ScrawlrBox are superb for, and I know a lot of people are probably quite upset that this is taking a while to get to them, but the reasons are pretty valid. We're going through Brexit here in the UK, and that's causing a lot of issues with import and export of goods. Obviously COVID is very prevalent here in the UK still. We're still in our third lockdown at the moment, so anyone watching that's maybe still waiting on their ScrawlrBox, just do be patient. I think they are trying their best, and that's all we can really ask from them, and they are being very good and giving you the option to cancel the next box, etc. So that's very good. Anyway, stop waffling about that. Let's open this and get into it. So let's pull off this back tab. We saw a snippet of this design in the email they sent round to tell us that the box is going to be a bit late, so I'm excited because it's very beautiful. So let's take everything out of the box. If you don't know what ScrawlrBox is, it is a monthly art subscription box where you pay £15 for the box itself and any additional postage and packaging depending on where you are, and you receive a box of random art supplies. You don't know what they are. A little scrawler zine telling you what the supplies are, tips and tricks on how to use them, about the featured artist, etc. You also receive a print from the featured artist and a little bit of information about them. Every box you buy also plants a tree, which is pretty awesome. You usually receive a sweet and a vinyl sticker in the box. Highly recommend, so do get them if you are thinking about it. So let's get into the box itself. So as I've just shown, here is the featured artwork. It seems to be kind of mandala-esque sort of thing, doodling. Almost looks a little bit like pencil crayon or watercolours perhaps. And then this is a little bit about the featured artist, that's the word. So just pause that if you want to read that. His name is Chris Lambert. There's a lot to read here on this one. The social media is down the bottom here. Very nice. So let's get into the box itself. So we'll put the scroller zine to one side for now. So it looks like we have a little sketchbook here, which is very nice. Clairefontaine. I don't think I've ever heard of that brand before, but a good amount of pages in there, which is nice. I'm actually coming to the end of my swatching sketchbook that I received in a box a very long time ago, so it's good that we've got a new one that perhaps we will use. Let's have a look at the supplies themselves. So we actually have two sweets in this box because the last box didn't contain the sweet that we were supposed to have, so that's why there's two here. So we have a chocolate mint praline, which is nice, and a little refresher. So we have the card that tells us a little bit about it, so I will read off that whilst we look through the supplies themselves. So here we have 3 Tombow pens. These are pro markers, alcohol based with 2 versatile strips. The flexible nylon of the brush tip provides a particularly elegant swing that follows the natural hand movement, whilst carefully designed line width of the chisel tip has been optimised for the special needs of illustrators. It goes on. But we have 3 colours here. These are the codes for them on the right there. And like it said, we have a brush tip and a chisel tip. So I don't think the names of the colours aren't on here, so it's literally just that code. So there's your brush tip, quite a thick tip there. I'm still going to use my old swatching card just because I need to finish it off. Let's upside down. So, the brush nib, it's quite stiff. It doesn't have much flexibility, but it's very juicy. Very, very juicy. That's a lovely colour. Lovely, lovely colour. Let's have a look at the chisel nib. Just a standard chisel nib. I don't think there's anything spectacular about that. So one thing I'm already suspicious about is is this paper going to hold the markers? Let's have a read about the paper for a second. So this is a Claire Fontaine A5 comic book. Let's read. 12 sheets of premium acid-free, exceptionally smooth and high-quality paper, offering a delightful, luxurious writing, colouring and sketching experience. You can use both sides of the paper, as they will not bleed through. So that's good. They've thought about that, which is always a nice thing. So this paper, as you can see here, you can kind of see that the pen has bled through a little bit. So this is not the right paper. So it's a good thing that is. So let's test these other 3 colours out as well. It's a lovely colour range here. That feels a touch drier than the other marker. I hope it's not drier. Let's test this side. Yeah, it does feel a little bit drier, but it might just be this paper because it is absorbing it quite heavily. And then we have this grey, which looks to be a cool grey. It's a bit on the bluey side. Yeah, I think it might just be this paper that's absorbing the colour. So they are very nice. I love this range of colours. It's very nice, and it's nice to know that the artist has used the same range of colours, because often they use more supplies or different colours than you receive, which is never a nice thing. Then we have a Blackwing, pencil. So I've had a pencil from Blackwing. It's a Palomino, I think it's called, Blackwing, and they're very nice. They're very dark and sometimes a bit difficult to erase, but this looks like ScrawlrBox have actually paired up with them to get a special designed pencil that is just for the ScrawlrBox, which is very nice, and even a little matching blue eraser, which is very nice as well. So that's good. We will sharpen that up when we start sketching. And then we have a Zig fine liner. Let's have a look what it says about this. It's a 0.3 black fine liner, ideal for all your fine liner needs. I'm assuming they've thought about this as well in terms of it running when the alcohol goes over it. So let's test that now. It might need a little bit of drying time, but we'll do a quick test to see if it runs straight away. So it's a nice thin one, good for lining. Let's try this colour, so it'll be a bit more noticeable, I think. Doesn't seem to be bleeding, which is good, and it's not had long to dry, so that's good. So we know that we can use these pens over the top of the liner. So all in all, I actually really like these supplies. I have a big collection of alcohol markers. I'm a bit obsessed, but these are very nice. I quite like the fact that there's a smaller barrel. A lot of alcohol markers are a thicker barrel and sometimes a bit less flowy. I don't know if that describes it very well, but I very much like these supplies. I like the colours. I like that we get this fancier pencil. We always get a pencil in a box, but this is a bit more different. And we get the nice fine liner that goes along with these, and the nice paper that seems to be perfect for using with these supplies. So that's good. And well, I don't really know. Let's have a look at the Scrawler challenge. So this is the challenge that we will use these supplies to create a piece of artwork based on. So it's Paisley patterns, which, yeah, I guess that is more Paisley than mandala now I'm looking at it. So it looks like we're doing some sort of pattern doodly type challenge, which is nice. Nice thing to get back into for the new year, even though it's now February. But yeah, I'm excited to see that. I'm going to read through the Scrawler zine, and then as you see me sketch out and plan this artwork, I'll maybe read a little bit about this. We'll have a quick flick through actually quickly now, because you might not see it if I'm going to do it that way. So this is a little bit about the supplies. They must have had this printed when they discovered that they couldn't include the chocolate in the last box, which is nice. A little bit about the Scrawler artist. Again, I will read that off camera. Some Scrawler tips about the supplies and how to use them, from both the artist and from Scrawler themselves. And then Scrawler gallery. So this is featured artwork from the last box. So there's some really beautiful things. I love this little otter here, and some of these landscapes are beautiful. So this is nice. And lastly, I think this is a little bit about the Paisley design, which is nice, and then a little Scrawler update, which I will read off camera. So let's get into creating a little bit of art with these supplies rather. there we have it. That is the final product of today's experimentation with these supplies in the January ScrawlrBox. So it was very nice. I really enjoyed these pens. They have quite a bit of odour to them compared to some of my other alcohol markers like Pro Markers and Copics and things. So that's the only downside I can see, but they blend beautifully. They look really good. This paper is wonderful to work on. Yes, and the fine line is very nice. I like the size of it, it's perfect. And this pencil is lovely. I was going to not ruin this pencil and instead use this Blackwing I have from a previous box, I believe. But then I thought, well, I'm not going to get the experience of using it, and it could be a soft pencil, I'm not really sure. I don't know how they size their nibs, but anyway, it was a very soft, lovely pencil, and it erased really beautifully on this. So I really enjoy it. I really rate this. This is something a little bit different for me, and yeah, I'm pleased with it, and excited to keep trying with these supplies. So highly recommend. So if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up, hit that subscription button if you want to see more, and that notification bell so you are the first to know when I post. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.